It's 3:30 in the morning and someone is screaming at you through a horn. That's the bucina. It means get up. It always means get up. Welcome to the Roman army. You signed a 25-year contract. You were 17. It seemed like a great idea at the time. By the way, there's no quitting. Leaving early is called desertion. The exit interview is an execution. Today is roughly day 1,800. It's not going great. For the next 24 hours, you are a Roman legionary on campaign. Here's your whole day. Try not to die of anything preventable. You share one leather tent with 7 other men. It smells incredible. This is your contubernum, your tent group, your cooking group, your everything group. One snores, one steals blankets. All of them are your family now. You lace up your caligy, sandal boots with iron hobnails hammered into the soles. Amazing grip on dirt. On smooth stone floors, you become a cartoon on ice. Breakfast is poles. Wheat porridge. Yesterday was also poles. Tomorrow, you'll never guess. You wash it down with pasca, vinegar cut with water. It kills germs and also slowly your will to live. To be fair, the rations work. Grain, vegetables, some meat. Roman soldiers were surprisingly well fed. Fed like an athlete, used like a wheelbarrow. At morning assembly, you receive today's orders. Walk very far, then dig. Now get dressed. This takes a while. First a wool scarf, the focal, so the armor doesn't sand your neck off. Then the lorica segmentata. Overlapping steel plates, roughly 9 kilograms of clank. You can't buckle it alone. A tent mate straps you in like toddlers dressing each other. Helmet on, cheek guards, neck guard, and a red plume you're weirdly proud of. Then the scutum, a curved shield the size of a door, about 10 kilograms. It's basically a portable wall, and you will grow to love it. 2 pila, heavy javelins with soft iron necks that bend when they hit. On purpose, so the enemy can't throw them back. Roman engineering, spiteful but effective. Finally, the gladius, a short sword built for stabbing. You mostly use it on bread. Add rations, tools, stakes, and a cooking pot. You're hauling about 27 kilograms. That's like hiking with a golden retriever strapped to your back. Daily. The horn sounds again. Time to march. Today's goal, 30 kilometers in roughly 5 hours. Standard pace, no exceptions. Soldiers like you are nicknamed Marius's mules, after the general who made you carry everything. The actual mules carry the tents. The actual mules are doing fine. The column stretches for kilometers. Cavalry scouts ahead, baggage in the middle, dust everywhere. Your centurion walks the line carrying a twisted vine staff called a vetus. Its official function is hitting you. That's the whole function. One centurion broke so many staffs on his men, they nicknamed him "Give Me Another." He was later murdered by his own soldiers. Investigators were baffled. The scenery, by the way, is gorgeous. Olive groves, blue sea, mountains. You see none of it. You see the boots of the guy in front of you. Complaining is technically possible. See previous vine staff. 5 hours and 1 blister apocalypse later, you reach tonight's campsite. It's an empty field. Surveyors went ahead and staked out the streets, gates, and your exact tent spot. Because here's the thing about the Roman army. Every single night, it builds a town. You just walked 30 kilometers. Now, dig. First a ditch around the entire camp, then a rampart built from the spoil. On top of the rampart goes a palisade of sharpened wooden stakes. Guess who carried those stakes all day? They were the pointy things stabbing your spine. 3 hours later, ditch, wall, 4 gates, straight streets, a headquarters. An instant fortress. Tomorrow morning, you'll tear it all down and build a new one 30 kilometers away. Then you pitch the tent, fetch water, gather firewood, and feed the mule. The Romans call this discipline. You call it landscaping with extra steps. Some specialists, the immunes, are excused from digging. Clerks, engineers, medics. You are not an immunis. You are extremely munis. Camp's done, time to rest. Just kidding, weapons training. You fight a 6-foot wooden post called the palace. Your practice sword and wicker shield are double weight, so the real ones feel light. The post never blocks. The post never dodges. The post remains undefeated. Doctrine says stab, don't slash. 2 inches of point can end a man. There's also formation drill, running in armor, swimming, and vaulting onto wooden horses. Attendance is mandatory. Enthusiasm is also mandatory. Slack off, and your wheat ration gets swapped for barley, punishment food for punishment soldiers. On quieter days, Rome's army doubles as a construction crew. Roads, bridges, aqueducts. You're the workforce. Sundown. Dinner is pulse again, but with lentils and a little bacon. A feast. There's no mess hall. Your tent group cooks for itself, which means Gaius cooks. Gaius burns water. Over dinner, let's talk money. Your salary is 225 denarii a year. Sounds okay. Now, the deductions. The army bills you for your food, and your clothes, and your boots, and your gear. It even deducts a contribution to your own burial fund. In advance. They're very confident you'll be needing it. Pay arrives 3 times a year. You hold it briefly. The ledger takes it back. Maybe half survives on paper, and part of that sits in compulsory savings you can't touch. Also, you legally cannot marry. Army rules for the entire 25 years. Soldiers keep unofficial families anyway. The army politely looks the other way. One last stop before bed. The latrines. They're communal, extremely communal. 20 seats, 0 walls. You will learn things about your comrades tonight. Instead of toilet paper, there's one sea sponge on a stick, rinsed in vinegar water. It's shared. Roman plumbing. Centuries ahead of its time. The sponge. A war crime. Full dark now. Your bedroll calls to you. Instead, you draw sentry duty. The night is split into 4 watches. You've drawn the worst one, obviously. The watchword travels the camp on a small wooden tablet called a tessera. Officers collect every tablet before dawn. A missing tessera means a post failed its check. So what happens if a sentry falls asleep? That's the fustuarium. Your own friends beat you with clubs, frequently to death. Harsh? One nap can get the whole camp killed. Rome doesn't do warnings. And if an entire unit runs from battle, there's decimation. Draw lots, 1 in 10. Same clubs. It was rare. It only had to happen once for everyone to hear about it. You have never been more awake in your life. Staring into the dark, you run the numbers on this career. Fun fact, the biggest killer in this army isn't battle, it's disease. Camp fevers, bad water, infected blisters. Before modern medicine, germs outkill swords everywhere. But survive the full 25 years and Rome actually pays up. Discharge bonus, 3,000 denarii, or a plot of farmland. 13 years of salary at once. And you've been a Roman citizen this whole time. That was the job requirement. The auxiliary troops next door serve the same 25 years just to earn that. Your odds of collecting? Historians estimate roughly half of recruits lived to see discharge. A coin flip stretched across 25 years of digging. But that's future you's problem. Present you finally gets relieved from watch. You shuffle past the tents, past the mule, past Gaius's cursed cooking pot. You get maybe 5 hours of sleep, wedged between 7 snoring roommates. Because at exactly 3:30 tomorrow morning, someone screams at you through a horn. Day 1801. Roughly 7,300 to go. If you enjoyed suffering along, subscribing is free, and nobody makes you dig a ditch. Tomorrow you do it all again. Rome thanks you for your service.